Ever stared at your phone, scrolling through financial apps, and wondered, is this really my credit score? You're not alone. Millions of us are trying to keep a handle on our credit, and with so many different scores floating around, it's easy to get confused. One of the biggest questions I get is about Credit Karma. Does it actually show your FICO score? That's exactly what we're going to break down today. Now, before we dive into the specifics of Credit Karma, let's quickly recap why knowing your credit score matters. It's not just some random number. This 3-digit figure is a key that unlocks financial opportunities. It influences everything from interest rates on loans and credit cards to your ability to rent an apartment or even get a job. A good credit score can save you thousands of dollars over your lifetime, while a poor one can significantly limit your options. There are many different credit scoring models out there, but the most widely used and recognized is the FICO score. It's developed by the Fair Isaac Corporation, and it's the score lenders most often rely on when making credit decisions. So, when you're checking your credit score, you ideally want to know your FICO score. This brings us back to Credit Karma. Credit Karma is a popular platform that provides free credit reports and scores. It's incredibly convenient, easy to use, and has become a go-to resource for many people. But here's the crucial point: Credit Karma does not show your FICO score. Instead, Credit Karma uses the VantageScore 3.0 model. VantageScore is a competitor to FICO, developed by the three major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. While both FICO and VantageScore aim to assess your creditworthiness, they use slightly different algorithms and weighting criteria. This means that your VantageScore from Credit Karma and your FICO score will likely be different. Now, this doesn't mean that the score you see on Credit Karma is useless. Not at all. The VantageScore can still give you a good general idea of your credit health. It can help you track changes in your credit over time and identify potential issues or areas for improvement. Think of it as a weather forecast. It gives you a general idea of what to expect, but it's not always perfectly accurate. So, why the difference? Why doesn't Credit Karma just show the FICO score? Well, it comes down to business. FICO scores are a paid product. Credit Karma offers its services for free, relying on advertising and partnerships with financial institutions for revenue. Providing free FICO scores to millions of users would be a significant cost. It's important to understand that both FICO and VantageScore use information from your credit reports provided by the three major credit bureaus. These reports contain details of your credit history, including payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, new credit, and credit mix. Let's break down the key differences between FICO and VantageScore. Scoring range. Both FICO and VantageScore use a scoring range of 300 to 850, with higher scores being better. Data used. While both models use similar data, they weigh different factors differently. For example, FICO tends to place more emphasis on payment history and amounts owed, while VantageScore may give more weight to credit utilization. Age of credit history. FICO typically requires a longer credit history to generate a score, while VantageScore can score individuals with a shorter credit history, sometimes as little as 1 month. This makes VantageScore more accessible to people who are new to credit. Treatment of medical debt. Both models consider medical debt, but they treat it differently. Recent changes in FICO scoring models are designed to give less weight to smaller medical debts that have been paid off. So, if you want to know your actual FICO score, where can you get it? There are a few options. myfico.com. This is the official website for FICO, where you can purchase your FICO scores and access your credit reports. Experian.com. Experian offers a free credit report and a free FICO score through its website. Discover Credit Scorecard. If you have a Discover card, you can access your FICO score for free through their online platform, even if you've only ever had a secured Discover card. Certain lenders and credit card issuers, some banks and credit card companies provide free FICO scores to their customers as a perk. Check with your financial institutions to see if they offer this service. It's also worth noting that there are different versions of the FICO score. The most commonly used version is FICO Score 8, but there are also industry-specific scores, such as those used for auto loans or mortgages. When you're checking your FICO score, make sure you know which version you're looking at. Now, circling back to Credit Karma. Even though it doesn't show your FICO score, it's still a valuable tool. It's free, it provides regular updates, and it can alert you to potential issues like new accounts opened in your name or significant changes in your credit utilization. It gives you a great overview. Here's a practical tip: use Credit Karma as a monitoring tool. Check it regularly to keep an eye on your credit health. Then, periodically, maybe once or twice a year, obtain your FICO score from one of the sources we discussed. This will give you a more accurate picture of where you stand with lenders. Another common question I get is whether checking your credit score will hurt your credit. The answer is no, not if you're checking it yourself. These are called soft inquiries or soft pulls, and they do not impact your credit score. Only hard inquiries, which occur when you apply for credit, can potentially have a small negative effect. So, to summarize, Credit Karma shows your Vantage score, not your FICO score. Both are useful for understanding your credit health, but FICO is the score most lenders use. Use Credit Karma for monitoring and obtain your FICO score periodically for a more accurate assessment. Remember, understanding your credit is crucial for achieving your financial goals. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.